morning. Thanks again for joining me with another music and psychology series. This song is by Regan. It's a buddy of mine that I jammed with back in New Zealand. Most fantastic guitar player. He also played with Nicky, that a fella that I learned reggae music from in a band called Cornerstone Roots. I really like Regan's music and what he writes, and yeah, he's a super talented dude. So I want to chuck one of his songs in here, and here she goes. I'm going insane. I'm going insane. Oh, yes, I am. I'm going insane. 'Cause I don't really care anything about you. 'Cause I don't really care anything about what you do for me. I'm just trying to survive. I'm just trying to run and hide away. 'Cause I'm going insane. 'Cause I'm going insane. We are going insane. So, what is sanity? When the world goes insane and the minority seems to be sane, then what is the definition of sanity? Is definition of sanity the norm, which would be the majority? When the society gets as pathological as it has the last couple of years, let's say the last 30 years even, we have to know that this intersubjective idea of what sanity is changed, and we should probably decide um, to almost leave that word to the side, right? Unless it's for a perfect subjective situation, because you know, if there's only sanity, like on a spectrum, right? And so there's insane would be no sanity, right? And then fully sane would be all the way. Well, I kind of think it would just be a circle, right? Because we're always going from sane to insane to sane to insane, and that's kind of chaos to order, right? So, if an idea comes and it's quite new and novel and quite out there, it's going to be like sound insane at first, but then as you take that chaotic idea and turn it into insane, into order, right? So as far as insanity goes, yeah, I'm going insane if sanity is the society's norm. I definitely don't want to be that kind of sane. So yeah, I'm going insane. But what is the song about, really? He's like, I'm going insane. I don't really care anything about you. It's like acknowledging the self-centeredness that we can get ourselves into, right? And it's also, we should know that we should call ourselves out when we are living to survive. So like, maybe uh, taking people for granted, right? And even though they're part of your survival, right? You I don't really care anything about you. You don't really, or the things that you do for me, right? Well, it's like, I just want to survive. And that's what most humans are, right? It's just survival. And if we were fully independent for ourselves, then it would be easier to care about others, right? Because then you're not so worried about having your base or meant or having your foundation built first, right? It's like the idea of becoming the overfilling cup so you can help other people, right? So before we like witch hunt people and call them insane, we should look at our own insanity too, because we're all subjectively insane in our own different ways, right? So to me, insanity is when you tear everything apart into chaos when you don't need to, or you do nothing at all when things should be torn apart. So those are both insanity for me, right? Somewhere in the middle always to be found. And at the end, I'm not actually sure if in his version he says we are going insane. I might have just added that in myself, but it's just a message to everybody. We are all going insane, and when we get to that insane place, we might realize that it's actually sanity, and we were insane before, right? But we have to get to that destination first and see how it looks over there before we decide if we're going insane or we're going sane. And sometimes it's the long road that tells you if you're it's the long road and your long timeline of competence that shows your sanity over singular things that happen, right? There's a saying is, don't judge yourself by your shadow at midnight or something like that. And what it is don't judge yourself on the darkest things that you've done. You can definitely judge yourself when you're make a judgment not to do it next time, of course. But don't you're not painted by that singular dark thing that you've done, right? You're more painted by all the things that you do, and so there is no sanity, and there's no insanity too. Then if we look at it that way, so people are just different. Maybe we should use that word. He's got a different brain. That's a good way to do it. And different is actually something to look up to, because most people are just little fractals of each other, and they don't have much creativity about them, right? So people that are creative and different are assets to this world. So yeah, because I'm going insane. Much love.